If you are about to fit windows in your van, you are in luck, my friend, because this is the Ahoy method of fitting windows, and it is as simple as it gets. No drilling, no jigsaw, no dust or swarf, very quick, no measuring, and it uses one very cheap tool at 60 quid, plus tin snips, masking tape, and an old chisel. Yes, I said an old chisel. Watch to find out how I do it. Right, so first up, you are going to just get on the inside of the van and follow along the edge with either a chisel or a screwdriver or a little hole punch, and just give it a little tiny tap all the way around the edge. And this just means that you're not going to have to get the drill out and start drilling pilot holes all the way around. See people do it in the corners and things like that. There's nothing wrong with this, you can do it that way, but it just saves, as you can see, a lot of swarf going off into the van. So with this technique, you don't necessarily need to start kind of drilling holes and then joining it all up. Next up, we're going to remove the center support column. Don't get your pen out, just get a bit of masking tape and make a bit of a line. Do it at the bottom and at the top. And I do see a lot of people using an angle grinder on these center support columns, often making 4 cuts like this and then removing the top and bottom. And they do this to give you room on the outer skin when you're making your final cut, but it makes a hell of a lot of mess. But surprisingly, with a simple pair of tin snips, you can make a single cut through the middle to release the tension, and then just sort of prise them down. They'll be glued in with usually polyurethane glue. Just prise them down and give yourself a bit of room. And then again, just follow the line, use the nose of the snips to keep your line. If you struggle a little bit, you can see I've got bad hands, I've got arthritis, but you can see just moving it out the way will help you and give you a bit more room. You don't have to be too neat with these. There's going to be trim going over the top of it, but just get it as neat as you possibly can. Next up, we're going to move to the outside and we're going to use those little location lines that are much clearer to see than this on the camera. And you're just going to use your masking tape and follow the lines, really dead simple. Keep the tension on the masking tape and keep peeling it off and you'll get a nice straight line as you pull it tight. There's no real need for this because you're following the inside guide, but I just find with experience it helps you stop checking the inside. Next up, this is going to look horrendous, but it's the cleanest way to make a easy hole in your van and takes very little work. So just take an old chisel, give it a few taps, and what you want to do is make a V. You want to make a V big enough to get this power shear tool that I'm going to show you in a moment into, and that's the cleanest, fastest way to do it. Now, the really cheap tool I'm going to share with you in terms of how to cut the actual final window opening out is very clean, and you don't need to go over the top in terms of protecting the van. I just like to do this as an extra sort of security or insurance measure to, if anything drops, at least you've got something there. Now, what I'm doing is I'm masking this up as tight as possible to the window, and I'll reposition this in a moment. This is the tool of my QVC impression. It's just 60 quid off Amazon. You can buy cordless tools from like Bosch and things like that. It's pretty much the same cutting mechanism. The little square blades can be undone and spun round, so you get 4 out of each blade, and they're pretty cheap to buy as well. So what you're going to do, just find the sort of flattest bit in the V that you've made and just make your first cut. So just go around, it can be quite rough. Just know when you try and cut and then leave it till the top and then come away and then just go back in with the snips and do it like that. It just means it's a bit easier to manage and nothing's dropping down. Next up, just tape up the tool to reduce any scratching, and then when you go around you'll just be able to start quite easily. And this is where you'll find that the masking tape is handy because you can kind of follow the line, but as you get to the corners you'll feel the tension and you'll just be able to kind of float around the corners quite easily. What you want to do again to avoid the weight getting excessive, just finish the cut and come off and then go back in. Goes back in quite easily, follows the line. Now, top tip, on some vehicles like this T7, you might find that the actual template line is a little bit too low for the tool. It won't foul the window, so what you can do is just take the bottom line up slightly by a centimetre and it'll stop the tool hitting that sort of hip, that swage line. Next up, take all the packaging off your window, and this is where you want to be having a really good thorough check to make sure that the window is fully working. Check the sliding mechanism if it's got an opening, check all the joins and all the screws, and then check the exterior of the window. Make sure there's no chips or anything else that's going to cause any problems. At the end of the day, you are about to glue this in and you want to make sure it is 110% correct. Notice that I leave the window open here to just give me something to hold on to. I've got suckers in the garage, but I could not be bothered getting them out because they're in amongst a load of mess. What I'm doing now is just doing a dry fit. Just make sure nothing's fouling the window, going in perfectly neat. And also it familiarizes you with the lines to just make sure you know how much gap needs to be given all the way around. Yeah, don't rush this bit, take your time with it. Next up, we are going to just do any final little trim bits, remove all your tape, and there's not necessarily any need to deburr because the tool's that clean. What I'm doing here is I'm just removing the tape and moving it down a bit because you don't want it to get stuck behind your window after you've glued it. So just move it a bit lower now. You don't need as much protection. Next up, you want to get hold of your fitting kit and you want to kind of take a little bit of a scourer and then just go all the way around the edge of the paintwork and just scour it and key it. You will be able to take some of the tiny little burrs off with this, but yeah, go round again. Don't rush it. Just give it a good key. Make sure you get all the sort of paint or wax or anything else that's on the vehicle. Next up, you're gonna dust it all off, and then you're gonna get the pads that come with the kit, and just give it a really good rub. I think I did 2 or 3 times round on the window, and then I did the same with the van. I think I went back and yeah, I did. There you go. Voiceover Mark saying that Action Mark's actually done a decent job. Now, these are really neat. Instead of having a little cotton bud thing that you dip in, these come as like a little pre-made like marker. So you twist it in, that punctures the actual primer, and then just remember to keep sort of giving it a bit of a shake. But then you go round. You don't need to do a big line, just 2 is fine because you're gonna, or I actually glue on the actual window, and then I got a bit wobbly there, but yeah, just go round and just keep going. Try and keep it in one sort of motion, and that just helps with the way it dries and knits in with itself. But yeah, just start off and then go in closer and closer. Don't be tempted to do your rough edges yet. Just kind of do the outside first. The reason is if you was to pull, you'll cut your actual foam. Just give it a little bit of a dab all around the edges to make sure you get rid of all the bare metal. And yeah, just keep going round. It doesn't necessarily need to be neat, but make it as neat as you possibly can. That's doing me head in. I've just spotted, I've missed a bit on the far right hand side, but yeah, the main thing is it will adhere to the window. That is the most important thing. Next up is the adhesive and sealant. Make sure you warm it up as much as possible, either with a heat gun or in a hot bowl of water. Make the hole as big as possible, again, to make sure it comes out as easy as possible. And this is me realising that I forgot to press record when I did the glue. But you can see what I've done here. There's a pre-made V in the nozzle, which is the perfect size. And what you want to do is you want to have that V behind you. So as you're moving forward with the line, you want that sort of V to be behind you, and it'll leave a nice, perfect, high adhesive peak. And then I go in with the window. Make sure you put a couple of loops at the top just to make it as easy as possible to pull the loops down, and then just take it easy. Yeah, move it roughly in position, and then you're going to be able to slowly push it more and more into the actual window itself. Notice I've not put any beading on the window. I personally don't like doing that. I like the single skin, really tight bead, and it just makes it a bit easier for carpeting and things like on the inside. Some people will carpet, bend it over, then fit the window, but I prefer to do it this way, then bead the actual single skin, and then it just makes it a much easier, neater job. Also, it means that you're not pushing against window trim. You are able to get it as flush as possible to the actual vehicle. So Yeah, I've just added a few more tapes there. You don't need to overdo it. It won't really go anywhere. It'll hold. The most important thing is just getting your head as close to the van and having a proper look round and make sure you're happy with all the lines. Just make sure everything feels kind of even and nicely laid out. All your gaps are in proportion. Get inside the van, have a look round the window, just make sure you're happy with everything. Now you'll notice I didn't overdo it with the adhesive, and that is a common mistake people make, and you will spend longer cleaning up the adhesive than you do actually fitting the window. Because I didn't use the extra thick window trim, and doing it this way means that the window sits a lot closer to the body of the van. It just makes for a much neater fitting. Yeah, just check all your angles, make sure you're happy with it. And then, yeah, fitted both windows very, very quickly, hardly any mess. No drilling, no grinder, no jigsaw, which means no swarf. It's a much cleaner, neater fit, and I think it's a little bit more forgiving for beginners as well. And just to explain the inner skin, so on the inside of a van you have two skins. You have the inner skin and the outer skin, and normally you can get like a double width piece that goes over like that, but it'll be right against your window and be pressing against your window, or you have to use an awful lot of adhesive. I like to just use the single skin trim, so it just goes over the inner skin, and then your window can kind of sit against that outer one a little bit better, and then your carpet can come over and go into that gap. It's just a much neater fit, and it's a little bit more forgiving again for beginners. But again, I'm finding a lot of pros are doing this now with the single skin as well. What did you think of the video? Were there techniques in there that you found a little bit different or indeed useful? Jump in the comments and let me know. If you like camper van and motorhome content, I've got all sorts. I've got travel videos, I've got electrics advice with tables and breakdowns in terms of capacity and solar panels that you need, an IKEA bed hack. I've got interviews with a VW dealership on the changeover from the T6.1 to T7. I've got my full adventure van build with an absolute receipt per receipt breakdown with a full total. There's all sorts. So if you like that type of stuff, consider subscribing.